Friends, let me speak about the approach that you might want to take while validating this kind of solution that you've come up with for the problem statement that you've defined. So there are three key things essentially that need to be considered while validating your idea. One is defining the target market as to who is the person who would be happy to use your solution that you are providing. Second is the features that your product or service has, and whether they are useful enough for the defined or the assumed target market. And third key thing is, how do you go about measuring what you're thinking is right or not? So let's come to defining who the target market is. Now you have made a hypothesis that probably these are the people who would be willing to use my product or service. You can choose any social media platform to validate the same. The basic approach is to keep it fast and less expensive. So let's say you chose Twitter and you planned a series of tweets to engage with a broader target group. What do you actually put out there on Twitter? So the key things that you put out there in terms of your messaging is, one, your value proposition, and second, the call to action, because the idea is to, let's say, bring them to your landing page, specially dedicated page where you can collect their contacts and then engage with them further. So making them aware of your product or solution, telling them about the different impact that your product or solution is creating, and so on. So basically an engagement platform, but how do you engage with them unless and until you have collected their contact? So it is essential that you put out your value proposition and a call to action so that they end up on your landing page providing you details, and then you can go on engaging with them to validate the kind of solution that you're providing to them. Right? Then comes the features. Now before the features, there's a company called LaunchRock which can help you provide a free landing page to validate your idea. So you can keep things pretty inexpensive in that sense. Now coming to the features, well, you don't necessarily have to have to be a coder in today's world. There are many companies like No Code which allow you to develop apps around your idea, which goes a long way when it comes to testing your product in a pretty fast and inexpensive manner. So you can use these apps, and the features that you might have assumed would be useful to your assumed target group might change over a period of time, because at times we make a lot of assumptions and there's not much clarity with respect to precisely defining your target market. So it may change and it may evolve as you go along in this process of validating. Another thing is, without measurement, you cannot be sure what is happening. It's essential that you define a key metric to be able to measure the kind of thing that you're trying to validate. Because without measurement, again, you will be confused and things might go haywire. So it's important to be clear about these three aspects. Now, where do you find these people? If you have defined the problem statement in a concise and precise manner, and if you're really clear about it, you will see that there are many user forums that are either discussing this kind of a problem or are speaking about it in terms of having their opinions. Also, you can, the best part is to take a validation from your friends and family to begin with, because they are the nearest and it's easier to engage with them as compared to other audience. Once you have done that, then you may choose to go for paid advertising, wherein spending a couple of or a few $100 you can get some kind of a validation about who is really interested in the product or service that you're offering. Features that you plan to include or incorporate in that solution. So this is a way in which you can approach things. It could prove a great manner in which you can actually validate or invalidate your idea, because at times what you're thinking is not really correct. So then we get some insights, and based on these insights, we build on the product or service that we are offering. So this approach might help you define your target market better, the who. Also, the kind of features, you can refine them based on the insights that you have collected. And the measurement always helps, which you can keep it as a policy in your company going forward. So hope you are taking good care of yourself. Stay safe, stay healthy, and I look forward to speaking with you again soon. Thank you.